In the festive world of Springfield, The Simpsons have crafted a beloved tradition of delivering heartwarming and humor-filled Christmas episodes that capture the essence of the holiday season, which is why we are checking out 3 classic Simpsons Christmas episodes. Simpsons roasting on an open fire. In the very first episode of The Simpsons, Homer, Marge, and Maggie rush to Bart and Lisa's Christmas pageant at Springfield Elementary School. They just make it in time to watch Lisa's impressive dance as Tawonga, the Santa Claus of the South Seas. Skinner introduces the 4th grade Christmas carols. During Jingle Bells, Bart inserts a Batman-themed parody, leading to Skinner removing him from the performance. Homer looks disappointed but later grows bored, questioning the pageant's duration. At home, Marge writes the family Christmas letter while Homer decorates and Bart and Lisa draft their wish lists. The letter narrates family life, with Marge pausing as Homer's grumpiness interrupts. Bart and Lisa share their lists, and Marge is uneasy about Lisa's recurring request for a pony. Marge aims to read Bart's Santa letter for a more reasonable request, but he surprises her with a tattoo wish. Homer and Marge firmly deny it. A call interrupts them. Patty talks to Marge about Christmas Eve plans, taking a moment to criticize Marge's choice in a husband. Homer finishes decorating the Christmas lights on the roof but falls off. Despite only a few lights working, he admires his work. Ned Flanders with a superior display impresses everyone, including Homer's kids. Homer, jealous, criticizes Ned's lights despite their obvious superiority. Marge instructs the kids to grab money for Christmas shopping. Homer, curious, learns she kept the savings in a jar hidden in her hair. Impressed, they head to the mall. While Marge, Lisa, and Maggie browse gifts, Bart, spotting a tattoo parlor, imagines a positive reaction from Marge. He enters, lies about his age to the tattoo artist, and gets in the chair. At the power plant, Mr. Burns announces no Christmas bonuses. Homer, disappointed, remembers their savings jar. Meanwhile, at the mall, Marge rushes to the tattoo parlor upon hearing Bart's screams. She finds him with a nearly finished heart tattoo and takes him to a dermatology clinic. The removal is costly, and Marge uses their Christmas money for it, hoping Homer's bonus will cover future expenses. Then Bart undergoes a James Bond style operation. At home, Lisa informs Homer, who panics. Marge suggests stretching his Christmas bonus. Homer pretends relief and goes for a walk, hiding his true feelings. Marge senses Homer's unease and asks if something's wrong. Almost revealing his bonus truth, Homer offers to do the Christmas shopping instead. Homer buys lackluster gifts at Circus of Values. He accidentally crashes into Ned, spilling his modest purchases as Ned unwittingly flaunts his wealth with numerous fancy presents. Alone at Moe's Tavern, Homer drinks when a cheerful Barney dressed as Santa arrives with extra money from a part-time gig. Inspired, Homer applies for a more Santa job. After an interview, he's welcomed and sent for training, enduring a humorous montage with the hypnotist as the instructor. Late at night, Marge questions Homer about his whereabouts. Downplaying his tardiness, he heads upstairs, but Marge reveals they have guests, Patty and Selma. Trying to avoid them, Homer lies and rushes out, driving to various Christmas tree lots. Unable to afford any, he resorts to stealing a tree from a private farm. The owner retaliates with gunfire and dogs, but Homer manages to escape. Back home, everyone admires the tree except for Patty and Selma. On Christmas Eve at the mall, Homer, disguised as Santa, deals with children, including a greedy one. Bart, Milhouse, and Lewis mock the gullible kids. Milhouse dares Bart to pull off Santa's beard, and Bart, not recognizing Homer, accepts. Bart uncovers Homer's identity, and they speak privately in the Santa's workshop. Homer explains, and Bart feels remorse for pulling off the beard. Bart accompanies Homer to pick up his check, only to discover a $13 net pay. Depressed, Homer contemplates what to do with the money. Meanwhile, Barney, eager to bet on a dog named Whirlwind, invites Homer to join. Bart convinces Homer to go, seeing it as a chance to save the Simpsons family Christmas. At the dog track, Barney urges Homer to bet on Whirlwind. Homer hesitates, unimpressed by Whirlwind's appearance. Then, an announcement reveals Santa's little helper will race. Bart senses it as an omen and convinces Homer to bet all $13 on the unlikely contender. Santa's little helper falls behind, and despite cheering, they realize their money is lost as the dog finishes last. Then Homer and Bart search for winning betting slips but find none. Disheartened, they spot Les scolding Santa's little helper, who leaps into Homer's arms. cubs. Bart asks if they can keep the dog, and after initial reluctance, Homer warms up to the idea and plans to take him home. Returning home, a dejected Homer begins confessing about the absence of his Christmas bonus. Bart then interrupts, introducing Santa's little helper, capturing everyone's attention. Ignored, Homer watches as the family falls in love with the dog. Marge forgives Homer and realizes he's provided a meaningful gift for the family. In the closing credits, the Simpson family sings Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Homer scolds Bart and Lisa for ruining the song. Despite Homer trying to sing the song properly, Bart interrupts again, leading to Homer strangling him while exclaiming, "Why, you little." Miracle on Evergreen Terrace. Homer and Marge drive to try and save, and Homer's complaint about the car's heater leads to a mishap. At the store, Marge questions why Homer waits until Christmas Eve to shop. Inside, shoppers grab popular toys. Homer, pretending to be a cashier, opens a new lane and sneaks away with toys for his kids. Genius, if you ask me. At home, the family rushes through last-minute Christmas preparations. On Christmas Eve bedtime, Marge insists on no present opening before 7 AM, confiscating all alarm clocks to ensure fairness and prevent cheating. Bart, using an old trick, drinks 12 glasses of water to wake up early on Christmas. He unwraps his gifts at 5:04, getting the Inferno Buster 3000, a remote-controlled fire truck. Having fun, Bart accidentally crashes it into the Christmas tree, setting it and the presents on fire. He quickly extinguishes the flames and then hides the burnt evidence outside in the snow to cover his tracks. At 7:01, the family discovers the missing Christmas tree and presents when Bart closes the door. Marge questions Bart, who lies about witnessing a burglary. He claims the suspect took everything. Kent's report prompts the community to show solidarity, providing the Simpsons with a new Christmas tree and $15,000. Homer uses the funds to buy a new car, which the dealer marks up to $12,000 just for him. Unfortunately, Homer drives the car into a lake, causing it to explode. The next morning, Bart's guilt leads him to confess, but his family, except Marge, reacts with anger, strangling him. Conveniently, Kent and the news crew arrive for a follow-up story. Homer pretends to be optimistic about catching the burglar, but the story falls apart when a cameraman discovers the burnt Christmas tree remains. The family explains, but viewers feel scammed, demanding the Simpsons to repay the $15,000 to avoid being treated as outcasts. Marge, opting for a solution, goes on Jeopardy to win money for a new Christmas tree and presents. Unfortunately, she performs poorly, ending with minus $5,200. Frustrated Springfield residents, tired of waiting for the debt repayment, plan to steal everything from the Simpsons house to sell. Despite the theft, the town forgives the Simpsons for their lies. In the end, the family playfully fights over a tattered washcloth, which is their only remaining possession. Marge be not proud. Bart wants the Bone Storm game after seeing a commercial during a Christmas special hosted by Krusty. Homer and Marge object due to cost and violence, leading to a bedtime disagreement where Marge expresses her enjoyment of mothering Bart, her only son. Bart's efforts to get the Bone Storm game fail, with all copies rented out. Comic Book Guy suggests Lee Cavallo's putting challenge, but Bart declines. He discovers Milhouse has the game and visits his house, only to be framed for swearing and kicked out by Milhouse's mother. Feeling down, Bart goes to try and save, where he sees a spoiled kid, Gavin, getting 2 copies of Bone Storm. Bart envies Gavin's lack of overparenting and encounters Jimbo and Nelson, who encourage him to steal the game regardless of what happens. Bart, tempted by video game characters' voices, debates stealing Bone Storm. Mario, Luigi, Donkey Kong, and Sonic urge him to take it, but Lee Cavallo warns against it. Unable to resist, Bart hides the game in his jacket and leaves the store. Outside, Bart believes he's in the clear, but Detective Don Brodka, the store security officer, catches him. In the back room, Brodka attempts to teach Bart about shoplifting with a film, but annoyed, he abruptly turns it off. Brodka then leaves a message for Bart's parents, banning him from the store forever as punishment. Threatened by Brodka with spending Christmas in juvenile hall, Bart rushes home. He narrowly beats his parents, swaps Brodka's message with a different tape, and hides the original where no one will find it. The next day, Marge plans a family photo at Try and Save, the store where Bart is banned for shoplifting. Bart envisions Brodka threatening juvenile hall for Christmas. He tries to steer the family to another store, but Marge insists on staying close to home. At Try and Save, Bart initially avoids detection, but when Brodka spots him on security footage, he confronts Bart during the family photo. As Brodka angrily grabs Bart, the picture is ruined. Homer questions Bart's interference, and Brodka accuses him of breaking the 11th commandment, "Thou shalt not steal." Marge protests, challenging Brodka to prove it, Bart attempts to block the TV, confessing too late to shoplifting Bone Storm. The incriminating tape plays on all the TVs, leaving Marge depressed, Lisa surprised, and Homer outraged. After the ruined family photo, Homer scolds Bart for his selfishness in shoplifting. In an attempt to deter theft, Homer forbids Bart from his beer collection. Bart tries to apologize to Marge, but she coldly expresses bitter disappointment and sends him to bed. As Bart gets ready for bed, he wonders if Marge will forgive him. Lisa, acknowledging Bart's closer relationship with their mother, warns that forgiveness won't come easily. Bart overhears Marge warmly singing Lisa a lullaby. Expecting the same treatment, he untucks his sheets. However, when Marge arrives, she is distant, bidding him a cold goodnight and closing his door. In the master bedroom, as Marge prepares for bed, Homer discusses potential punishments for Bart. However, Marge interrupts, expressing disappointment in their strained relationship. She reflects on over-mothering Bart and feeling disconnected from him. Despite Homer's attempts to console her, Marge decides to ban Bart from family activities as punishment for his misdemeanor. Excluded from family activities, Bart misses out on having hot chocolate with marshmallows. Bart seeks advice from Milhouse on how to reconnect with Marge, but ends up nearly being thrown out of Milhouse's house due to an argument. Quick thinking saves him, and he convinces Milhouse's mum to let him stay and do motherly activities. Returning home, Bart discovers his family made snow statues without him. Marge coldly suggests he should make his own from dirty snow under the car. Bart tries, but fails when a bird ruins his statue of himself. Depressed and fearing he's lost his mother's love, Bart curses his family. Nelson then reveals he's been stealing, and Bart, inspired, decides to return to try and save, vowing to show everyone what a black sheep can do. At home, Bart tries to sneak past Marge and Lisa, but is caught. Marge, suspicious of his behavior, confronts him, believing he's shoplifted again. A chaos ensues, and Bart is forced to reveal he has a handsome picture of himself, a Christmas gift for Marge, with a receipt saying paid in full. Marge is absolutely thrilled with the picture gift and gives Bart his early Christmas present, claiming it's the video game every boy wants. Lisa, jealous, declares it's the worst Christmas ever. Bart then opens the gift, expecting excitement, but finds Lee Cavallo's putting challenge instead. Despite his disappointment, Bart smiles and hugs his mother. In the closing credits, Bart plays the game, attempting to find excitement before eventually giving up. If you want to see free classic episodes, then click this video right here. Merry Christmas everyone, and happy holidays.